If you are seeing this video, it is less than 24 hours before Zenless releases. And I have seen so many questions come up in my comment sections on many of my videos. And I thought, why not do a very casual, relaxed, peaceful video answering your questions about the game. So today is going to be a little bit more lax, guys. If it's your first time to my channel, my videos are not quite like this usually, but with the game being so close, why not just do a very casual and relaxed video answering some questions that you guys have about ZZZ. Now I have 15 questions here. I've gotten these from my comment sections, I've gotten these from my Discord, I've also gotten these from my DMs. So it's a mix of all three. But other than that, let's get started. As always, my name is Kete the 7th, and I'll be your host today. Alright, question number 1. Should I still pull Ellen Joe if I don't get Vaughn? Should I still pull Ellen Joe if you don't get Vaughn? Well, Ellen Joe is going to more than likely be the best character in the game upon release. I don't think you have to have Vaughn for Ellen to be strong. We are getting Sokaku for free, and there are replacements for Vaughn. You do not have to use Vaughn. It would be ideal for you to use Vaughn, but if you just get unlucky and you don't get Vaughn, or it takes you a long time to get the pulls needed to select Vaughn, or maybe you just don't want to use him, there are replacements. I don't think they'll be quite as good, but they should still be serviceable, especially at the beginning. So no, overall, I don't think you need Vaughn now. Ellen Joe is still going to be fine without Vaughn. I think Vaughn is still part of her best team by far, but you don't need him. No, absolutely not. If you want Ellen Joe, I think you should get her. And I don't think you will regret pulling Ellen Joe, especially at the beginning. She will carry you for a very long time. Question number 2. Should free-to-play ever pull copies of characters? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. There might be some exceptions. If you are looking to pull copies for characters, and by the way, I'm assuming when they say copy for characters, that they mean S ranks, not A ranks. If you're saying S ranks, should you specifically go out of your way to get copies for S ranks? No, especially not at 1.0. Maybe down the line there will be some value for a character's first copy, maybe, but we don't know that yet. And I really don't think it's worth it, especially if you are a free-to-play or low spender. Don't waste your pulls. These characters are going to be more than fine just getting one copy. They're going to be more than strong enough. Ellen Joe, Zuyuan, they can get the job done, I promise. Question number 3. Can Zenless compete with Honkai Star Rail, Genshin, and Wuthering Waves? Compete. What do you mean by? I'm going to assume that can mean revenue-wise. So I'm going to assume that you're meaning, can Zenless make as much money as Honkai Star Rail, Genshin, and Wuthering Waves? I believe they can, but I don't know if they will. I'm looking at the pre-registers for Zenless, and that's a lot. That's holy shit, that's a lot. Dude, that's a lot of fucking pre-registers. Over 46 million. That is so many. So Zenless absolutely has the potential to make just as much money as the other 3 games. The potential is there, but will it reach its potential? Only time will tell. We'll wait and see. The end of July, we can look at the gacha revenue market, and we will truly see if ZZZ can compete long term. So overall, to answer your question, I think that the potential is there. We just gotta see if they can reach the potential. Question number 4. Should I reroll my account on day 1? I don't believe in rerolling. I don't. Especially not in these new gacha games. They give you so many free rewards. They give you so many free wishes. I think it's an utter waste of time, waste of energy. don't think it's, and I've even heard that they banned some reroll counts, so I wouldn't even take that chance. Now I'm assuming you're asking, should you reroll? Probably for Ellen. You're probably like, if I lose the 50-50, should I reroll my account? I don't think it's worth it, because I still think even if you lose the 50-50 for Ellen, you should still have more than enough wishes to guarantee her. So I just don't think it's worth it. Now, in my opinion, you shouldn't reroll your account. But if you just really, really, really want a character, maybe you only played this game for one singular character and you don't want to play the game without them, then maybe I can see the potential to reroll. But for the average player, I don't think you should reroll. I think you're going to have more than enough resources at the beginning. Rerolling is just a complete waste of time. Question number 5. Do you think Zuyuan will be better than Ellen Joe? Yes and no. I think Zuyuan will probably be stronger at a base than Ellen Joe, but I think Ellen Joe's best team will be better than Zuyuan's best team. Because at the time of recording, the only other Ether unit in the game is Nicole. Now I think Nicole's going to be strong. I do. I think she's going to be a very strong free-to-play unit. And the duo with Zuyuan and Nicole is going to be very powerful. And I do think Zuyuan has the overall better element. I'm going to go over that in the future video, why I think Ether is one of the strongest elements in the game. But yes, Zuyuan will probably be better at a baseline than Ellen, but I think Ellen's going to have the better team. Question number 6. Which character do you think is a must build for an account? I don't think there's any must builds. To be honest with you, I don't think I don't think there's a single must build in the game. I don't think there's a single. I think the only must builds in the game are going to be your favorites. Whoever your favorite characters are at the launch of the game, those are going to be your must builds. Other than that, I don't got much. If you want me to give you a recommendation, I recommend most people build up their Ben. Yeah, Big Ben the bear, I think he's going to have some value for a lot of people. Being the only defense unit in the game upon release and doing what he can do for the team, I think he's going to make a lot of people's life a lot easier when he's on the team. So my recommendation would be Ben, but other than that, a must build? Nah, I don't think there's going to be a must build. Question number 7. Can I beat zzzero with only A rank units? Well, it depends on what you mean. If we're talking just the average gameplay, yeah, absolutely, yeah. You can beat everything in the game with A ranks, absolutely. But it might get a little bit tricky towards the end game. It might become hard. Now, there could be this cracked out all A rank team that I'm just not thinking of right now. That is absolutely a possibility. There could easily be this just really cracked out A rank team. Even if you can beat all the content with only A ranks, I still think it's worth getting S ranks, because I think S ranks will just be able to do it better, faster, much more comfortable. Oh, the next question is actually another A rank. Is it worth to wish on a character banner only for an A rank? That is a big fat no. Yes, Zenless banners are better than Genshin and Star Rail. Hell, even Wuthering Waves too. Because the 3 I just named, they have 3 4-stars on their banner. And in this game, A rank is equivalent to a 4-star, but there's only 2 on a banner. So it is significantly easier to get an A rank Zenless Zzzero. But there is a massive problem with pulling on a banner just for an A rank that doesn't get solved by there being less A ranks. And that massive problem is you can ruin your pity. If you come from Genshin Impact, You may have heard some people say before, I'm building pity. And what this means basically is they're just doing a few pulls on a character banner, getting them closer and closer to pity. And in the process, they're hoping to get the 4-star, or in this game, the A rank that they want. But the thing is, so many people have done this, and it has backfired a million times over on so many. Because what happens is they do a few pulls on the banner, and then they end up getting lucky by accident. Did I just say that? Lucky by accident? What the hell? I never thought I'd use those words yet. That doesn't even make sense. How do you get accidentally lucky? Or you get lucky accidentally? I think I just fried my own brain. But basically, these people would do a few pulls and they would get lucky. Well, that luck ended up biting them in the ass because they win the 50-50. Well, some of you might be thinking, how is that a bad thing? They won the 50-50 and they got really lucky and got an early 5-star. How is that a bad thing? Well, if that was their guaranteed 5-star, they just ruined it. Because if you are new to gacha games, if you are new to how the pity system works, if you lose your 50-50 the first time at pity, the second time the character is guaranteed. But if you win your 50-50, the next one is also a 50-50, meaning people who have pulled for 4 stars in other games who have gotten lucky, they have completely ruined their guaranteed character that they did actually want. And 9 out of 10 times when someone is pulling for a 4-star, they don't want the 5-star on banner. So not only do they get a 5-star that they're never going to use, they don't even get the damn 4-star that they wanted in the first place. And then on top of that, they have ruined their guarantee pity. So should you target an A rank agent on banner? Only if the S rank agent is also a character that you want. That way, if you do end up getting lucky, you just pulled a character that you actually want, instead of pulling one that you will never use and completely wasting your pity. So no, I don't think it's worth to pull for just an A rank. Question number 9. Will Zenless zzzero be the only game you cover? Yes. At least on this channel. For the foreseeable future. Oh my god, English. For the foreseeable future, it will just be Zenless zzzero. I really, really like the game. I love the characters. I like the story. Bang boos are some of the cutest things I've ever seen in my life. For now, in the foreseeable future, Zenless zzzero will be the only game on this channel. And if things change one day, I will be sure to make an update in a community post. Question number 10. What do you think the strongest element in the game will be? Now, my bold prediction for this is actually Ether. It is a big reason why I think Zuyuan will be slightly stronger than LNJO at a baseline. I think Ether damage is going to be the most valuable damage in the game in the long run. And how do I base this? Well, I don't have any pure hard facts. I'm not going to speak like this is a fact that I know, but it's simply because I look at the game and I look at the main threat enemies from the story, and it's the ethereals. And it turns out that ether damage does extra damage to ethereal enemies. And considering ethereals are one of the, if not the main threats in the game, I think this makes ether damage very, very valuable. Now, if it doesn't end up being ether, the next element I can see, that's going to be a toss-up. If it's not ether damage, if ether damage is not the best damage in the game, that one's going to be a toss-up, because now it comes down to what is hoyoverse's future? Like, what is their future plan for this game? Are they going to make a lot of enemies be able to be frozen? Well, that's going to make freeze very powerful. meaning ice characters, are going to be extremely strong. Are they going to release a lot of mechanical enemies? Well, now shock damage becomes powerful. So at the end of the day, it really just gonna depend on what is Hoyoverse's future for this game. What is their ideal future? What I am hoping is it is balanced around all of the elements. I am really hoping and praying that one or two elements don't become obsolete in the future because the others are just better. I would really hate to see that. A perfect game for me when it comes to balance would be every single element has an amazing use case, making it so every single element has a chance to shine. That is a beautiful balanced game that I would like to see. But if you're going to make me answer, I'm going to guess ether. And if it's not ether, it's either going to be ice or shock, in my opinion. Or not shock, lightning. Question number 11. How should I build my team in Zenless Zone-Zero? Well, you got two things right here now. So you need to pick one of these two right here. You need to either choose A, to have two team members on the same faction, or B, have two team members of the same element. You have to pick one of the two. Don't pick both. Pick one of the two. Once you pick one of the two, now we need to look at what their roles are. Of the two that you picked, was one an attack? Was one a stun? Is one an anomaly unit? Is one a daze unit? Now, once you have picked, what role do they fulfill? Do you have an attack? Do you have a stun character? Do you need an anomaly for this fight? There's so many things to look at when it comes to building your team. And that is going to be fun. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I can't wait to get my hands on the team building in Zenless Zone-Zero. But yeah, just make sure you're picking two characters either from the same faction or the same element. And after that, we got less than 24 hours. Give us some content creators some time. Let us cook in the lab. And I will go even more depth on how to build your team in the future. Question number 12. What do you think the future... Oh my god. I didn't... Oh, I swear I didn't do that on purpose. Oh my god. Question number 12. What do you think the future of Zenless Zone-Zero will look like? Well, considering that I already love what I do, I'm loving content creation. I love my community that I've already built. The CCs that are already in Zenless Zone-Zero. I've talked to Soul. I want to eventually talk to others. My good friend Jello Impact. He's now Jello Zone-Zero. What do I think the future of Zenless Zone-Zero will look like? I hope it looks like a community that is whole. A community that is together. A community that has each other's back. A community that doesn't start unnecessary drama and fight with each other. A community that can really sit down like adults, talk through our issues, even if we have disagreements. I really hope that the future of ZZZ is a bright one, because I love this game. I already love the community, and I want nothing more than the game to be successful and the community to be happy. So that's what I hope the future looks like for Zenless Zone-Zero. Number 13. Should I care about meta in ZZZ? Yes and no. My actual last video before this one actually explains that very well. So if you haven't watched that video already, I highly recommend you go check it out. But TLDR, should you care about meta in ZZZ? What you should do is you should pinpoint 2 to 3 of your absolute favorite characters. Once you pinpoint them, get them. Once you obtain them, you then build around those characters so they can shine the most. This is a gacha game. It's not possible for the average player to get every single character. So get the characters you want the most, then try your best to get characters that synergize with them to make your favorites shine. That is my opinion on you should care about meta and ZZZ. Because so long as you build a strong team around your favorites, you should be okay throughout the content. Number 14. Is the weapon banner worth it for the average player? Sometimes. I think it will be worth it sometimes, but very, very rarely. Yeah, that's all I really got for that one. Sometimes it will be worth it. I guess I can explain more why I think that. Getting characters for the average player will always be a priority. I think the only time you can justify getting a weapon is for your absolute favorite unit. And even then, I would make sure that you have at least some spare wishes left over. So after getting the weapon, you're not just completely drained. So if they were to tease a new character in the future that you really, really want, you wouldn't be completely bankrupt on your account. So is the weapon banner worth it? Very rarely for the average player. Very rarely. It can be, but it's very rare. And the final question number 15. What sparked your interest in Zenless zzzero? Well, let's see. Quite a few things. From the character designs to the gameplay to how the characters moved and interacted with each other. From the first moment I saw this game get revealed 2 years ago, I knew I was going to love it. I do. And it also gave me such strong Jet Set Radio vibes. If you guys don't know what Jet Set Radio is, just look it up. There's a new one actually getting made soon. Hopefully it comes out next year. Go look up the trailer for the new one. I think it's going to be absolutely amazing. But ZZZ really gave me that Jet Set Radio vibe. And I'm also getting a little bit of Street Fighter vibe from it too, which makes sense since they did say Zenless zzzero was inspired by Street Fighter 6. But overall, I just really love the game. Pretty much every aspect about it. Like, you name it, I like it. I think the weakest point of the game for me personally is the story, and even then I think I still enjoy it. It's not a bad story, but it's definitely not Hoyoverse's best one. This is also the 1.0 story that we're gonna get, and the one that I only got to try out was in the CBT. I'm sure there's going to be added things to the story that could make it better than 1.0. And in it also being only 1.0, the story could greatly, greatly improve from 1.1 and beyond. So other than that, I think the game is going to be great on all regards and aspects. Was those even the right words? Bro, like I'm telling y'all, bro, like this is so unedited. I just wanted to get these questions out the way that people kept asking me. But that's going to end the questions. This last little section is just going to be me saying thank you. Thank you to my community. And thank you to the Zenless zzzero community. I am almost at 1,000 subscribers. I don't know when I'm going to hit it, but I'm very close. And I don't even have 20 videos up on my channel at the time of recording. So to almost be at 1,000 subs with not even 20 videos, I can't thank you enough. You guys have sparked a fire, and I am extremely passionate about this now. I'm going to do everything in my power to give you the best ZZZ content that I possibly can. I really and truly appreciate you. I love you guys. I hope everyone has a blast with the game today when it comes out. Hope everyone does. And I really, really, really look forward to the future with this community. Just know I love and appreciate y'all. Thank you for checking out today's video. I'm sorry it's so unedited. I know I get a lot of comments saying they love the quality of my videos. I really appreciate it. But this one's going to be highly unedited. Just getting my thoughts out. Again, thank you guys. Check me out on Twitter if you haven't already at Ket to the 7th. please join the Discord. I will be doing giveaways for this game every single week. Be sure to subscribe if you're looking for more ZZZ content in the future. And as always, my name is Cut to the 7th, and with that, signing out.